So I've been on a journey to rewatch all of Total Drama. Yes, even this. And not this. God, not this. I'm probably gonna make a way bigger video looking at the entire series or, separate stuff. I don't know. But for now, let's talk about the endings. The endings of each season are usually pretty good because of the whole structure of the show. Each season, everything would be ramped up. It goes race to weird mix of things. A volcano race, a gladiator fight, and another race. But, the entire island sinks. Honestly, the gladiator fight was a downgrade. It was dangerous, but in World Tour, 2 people are eaten by lava, and the rest are rained on with molten rock. When I first saw this, before they were seen again, I thought Zeke and Alejandro actually died. It doesn't make any sense. They fall into lava, and they're burned, but you shouldn't be coming back from lava. This was by far the most dangerous challenge to date. I guess All Stars was pretty bad, but that's only because it's an exact copy. The finalists have 2 partners, there's lava, and it's a race to the top, but it didn't really end lethally. The partners thing kind of brings something up. Usually the end have the rest of the contestants show up. It's a cool last reunion, but All Stars didn't really feel like doing that. You get the 4 back, but the rest are in balloons and get blown into the sun. Kingdom come, this is my kingdom come. Yeah, this season wasn't the best. Season 1 is just a bit lame. The episode before seems more like a finale, even though it was just Heather being punished for basically everything she's done.
We've decided to give you one last chance. If you take it back, you can rejoin our alliance. Take back what? The N-word.
Is this a racist cartoon?
I like the dares, but it's the old teammates contributing when the finale is just mostly standing around. World Tour gets a pass because throughout the season we check up on the contestants and there's a little advantage thing. Other than All Stars, Revenge is pretty bad. It's just them watching, everything gets destroyed and they're left to running, but who cares? I don't. Everything is still focused on the fight. Or at least should be focused on the fight.
My great-great-grandfather...
Do you see Banana Man hopping?
I will say, though, Scott's accident is probably the most disturbing thing on the show. Look at this man. Earlier, he was injured and left on the dock of shame with the shark. So, now this is the result. He's already dead, my god.
Is that a yes or a no? No idea. But does anyone really care? It's Scott!
These are mostly good endings to the seasons, but the actual winners are debatable. Not just if they deserved it or not, but because depending on the country, there are actually different winners. I had no idea this was a thing until recently, but there's usually just small alterations. The challenge is the same, all the events are the same, but there's like one last scene of something that made the to-be winner lose. So based on that, I guess you could tell who really won, but who cares? In season 1, it was Owen against Gwen. Owen's win was more popular and was usually the one seen everywhere, but he wins by a kind of dumb joke. But it happens in both versions, so whatever. In Gwen's endings, there's just a small change that causes Owen to lose. Gwen went through a lot in the season, so in that regard, she's a good winner, but Owen is lovable and everyone likes him. But I give it to Gwen if you were gonna ignore all the garbage happening in future seasons.
I like that movie where the aliens take over the government.
Oh, dude, you are so going down.
And in the next mediocre season, we have Duncan versus Beth. Duncan was destined to be at least in the game until the merge, so it's not surprising he's here. Beth hasn't done much, and it's kind of cool to see her here. She's never been mentioned again, but at least she's here, I guess. So basically, after last episode, which was pretty exciting, they go through like every challenge from the other episodes, but it ends in a tie, and there's one last challenge for the winner. Everyone is here, even the last season contestants, which is good to see because this season was in desperate need of more people, like in life support levels of more people. They just start a clip show, and Chris goes on vacation.
Now you can have my autograph, fine-looking lady.
I wouldn't trust him. I've seen what he said.
And yes, there isn't any more Total Drama, but there is. Total Drama Island, it's done, it's over.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Right now, there's one called Total Drama Rama, and it's pretty damn awesome.
Even they asked for the clip show to stop. Let's get into the actual challenge. There's a hole in the wall, dancing, eating, but those all come down to ties. So now they just vote. They don't show a lot of sway, so it's very interchangeable. In the more popular ending, Duncan wins and Beth still gets a happy ending because her fake boyfriend, who's actually real, shows up. In the best ending, she just kind of wins and Duncan maybe gets a happy ending.
But first, we have to work up a strategy and call my lawyers. After all this election fraud.
I like Duncan winning more because he actually shows up later on and Beth doesn't seem to care. Also, it's Duncan. Lopsided head Duncan.
Duncan looked like a fucking hammerhead shark.
In World Tour, the alternate endings don't matter because the same thing happens in the end. Basically, Heather just makes the mistake of throwing her statue accidentally, winning Alejandro the game.
Nice! Except, isn't that your sacrifice?
But that's not...
You just threw Alejandro's in the volcano!
While I like Alejandro more, Heather would have not made this mistake, but it actually doesn't matter. Ezekiel still grabs the money and falls into the volcano and Alejandro dies. There's barely a difference, but Heather won this one. I do have a big complaint about the finale. The song is kinda a little bit terrible.
Please head straight, that's it. Search through that wood. Yeah.
It's just nowhere near "This Is How We Will End It."
I left Bridget stuck to a pole. Robbed Lashana of a fabulous soul. Made even Courtney lose control. Now I'm gonna leave you wedged up in a hole. This is how we will end it.
Why is this like an unreleased Smash Mouth song?
I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. Now I'm gonna leave you.
I kinda love Alejandro. He did get rid of my favorites. Like, come on, Noah? What happened? But he was arguably a better season than Season 1 Hitler. What did I just say? I misread that line so bad. What did I just say? But he was arguably a better villain than Season 1 Heather. And he didn't make it so a Heather win was insufferable because he was a worse villain. It made her more of an anti-hero and other contestants actually wanted her to win. But other than these two, who did I actually want to win? Noba. This next season was a decline for a lot of people, but I don't think it's that bad. Probably on par with Action. Am I allowed to say that? New characters were okay, I guess. It's kind of weird that the main actual story characters only made it to like the third to last episode, but whatever. In the finale, everyone is here. Well, not mentally. And screw it, physically too. We have Cameron versus Lightning. Two characters who are pretty good, I guess. Cameron doesn't seem like the character to win, but neither does Lightning especially. I already think this is a really dangerous challenge, but it should have been more focused on the fight. They barely fight. It's just Cameron trying to save his friend. Stacy is not your friend. Nobody likes this character. At least Ezekiel was kind of funny.
At least he doesn't think that guys are smarter than girls.
But they are.
Also, let Sam die. I'm already putting society images up. Other than that, I honestly find this fight to be legendary. You see Lightning has actual muscle and it's a fight, but then Cameron just turns into Iron Man. Like, he was not this smart. He shouldn't be. This is not allowed. Near the end, Cameron turns Lightning into a magnet, basically, and then he gets struck by lightning. Come on, that's amazing. Then his hair is just white forever. This is like one of the only permanent design changes, and it's just kind of funny. Now see, I had no idea about alternate endings when I rewatched this season, so I was watching, and then Cameron pins Lightning and wins, and I became extremely confused. Because I remember Lightning winning, but that's actually the less popular Canadian ending. But here's my question, how did I see this ending if I'm American and watched it on cable? Because I remember Lightning winning the challenge, and when talking about it, a couple other people remember Lightning winning it too. So there's a mystery here, and I'm determined to find out. My theory is that maybe the premiere of the episode had Lightning win, and it was disliked, but I don't really know. Maybe someone else knows or remembers Lightning winning. But to my actual opinion on who won, and I'm just going to explain exactly why. First off, it's actually shocking. You expect the good guy to win, but he doesn't. The episode asks the question, brains versus bronze, and instead of doing the obvious good lesson, it goes no. The football jock wins over the nerd. And then there's Lightning himself. I don't think he's that annoying, he's just kind of there, and he's barely a villain. He's just used by them as muscle because he's stupid. The only time he's actually an antagonist is whenever he's the only one left. And as the great Lightning once said, Lightning doesn't judge. A true progressive leader, ladies and gentlemen. Scott and Joe are villains. Lightning is just kind of one. Then just think about the spectacle of it all. He's actually the underdog in this. I mean, the other guy, come on. He gets absolutely beaten up and then gets struck with lightning. If your opponent gets struck by lightning and you lose the fight, then my god. Also, real hero move there. The only motivation he really gets is that his dad will be ashamed of him. It's okay, I guess. But Cameron definitely has a bigger reason to win, right? He needs a bubble to heal in, but then when he does win, he doesn't need the bubble and he just shares it with everyone. That's way too boring, I'm sorry, but that's just like, I'm the good guy, let me have money and I share it. These effects are literally never shown. At least I can imagine, I'm so proud of you, son. Opposed to everyone wins. Shut up. Shut up! In Lightning's ending, Cameron doesn't seem to care. I know everyone wins in his, but it's just so stupid. Maybe it's because I thought the entire time that this was the actual only ending. Or maybe it's that Cameron has so much personality as a piece of toast with, I don't know, maybe butter on it. Next up is All Stars, and let's just say a very not good season. The problem was definitely not a new cast, it's just, bad writing. And also Mao, just the entire idea of him existing. In the finale, it's Zoe against Mao/Mike. This is probably the worst finale in the entire series. First off, the matchup should have been more of a classic contestant versus a new one, but no, it's these characters who have already eaten up all the runtime of the last seasons. The challenge itself is pretty stupid. Again, it's like a watered-down world tour. They get the partners, but there's little connection to everything else when the entire season is supposed to be callbacks to the old challenges. Mal is Alejandro and Heather, which they seem to be together, but that's thrown out the window for I want $1 million. Then Zoe gets Gwen and Cameron. I can see Cameron, but Gwen was barely friends with her. Then they try to ship Cameron and Gwen, but why? Why would you do that? I know they already assassinated Trent, but this doesn't make any sense. But anyway, Mao is almost there, but then half the episode is dedicated to Mike inside his own mind trying to break free. This is already terrible, but then him and his personalities get to a mind reset button. I will not feel bad for losing these characters we barely know, especially when Mike doesn't seem to like them all that much. Also, why did they stage the scene like this? They show the reset problem, but cut to Mal being overtaken by Mike. Then Mike shows exactly what happened 30 seconds ago. Why didn't you just extend this scene instead of showing what happened 30 seconds after you cut away? Or just don't show it. Mike reappearing tells you what happened. They died. Then his personality is all formed into him, so he just has their skills. So he's just perfect now, okay. In both endings, someone gets the sword and the island sinks, so they can set up that season. So who deserves the win? I definitely think this was a Zoe win. I think she's really bland, but She got some personality in the latter half of Revenge. Out of Mike winning, then she should definitely win. Mike is also pretty bland, but they just took away the thing that made him interesting. And for most of the season, he was Mao, which was still the worst thing to happen. They're trying to make him so threatening, but he just comes off as an emo kid shopping at Invader Sim's section in Hot Topic. I don't care what anyone says, Zoe won this. But who should have won out of the contestants? Sorry, but we have to end it on Pakatu Island. Well, I didn't watch it yet. I've started Redonkulous just to avoid this one. I heard people like this guy, so I don't know, he should win. As for Redonkulous, I'm still watching it, and it's actually a good return to form.
Can't you just divorce his dad?
For fun, I'm gonna guess who wins. Probably Noah and Owen. Or no, that's actually why, because I want Noah to win. Okay, no script update on that prediction. The second I said that, I watched the episode where they lost, and that's all of the endings. There's probably some way of finding out exactly which ones are canon, but for now, I have no idea. As for the rest of the show, I'm probably going to talk about it, but I don't know if it should be a video about each season or maybe a big retrospective, but I'm watching like 6 seasons. I need to talk about it. And probably the new one that's being made for HBO Max. I wonder what's going to happen. Oh, no new contestants, and one of the challenges that are listed is TikToking? Total Drama is dead.